Hi there, Anke Herman here. The fact that you received the link to this video means that at some point you went to a site called sewinggenius.co and signed up for a free online course to learn how to set the price for your sewing work. And some of you might have actually signed up some 9 months ago. Now you may have noticed that after the introduction and another lesson, nothing more ever came. And some of you, I must admit, have actually asked what happened. So I decided to create this video to explain to you what happened. And I've been meaning to do this for quite some time, and I've been calling it the chicken video. So yeah, I've been kind of holding off on it for quite some time, but now today is the day that I'm actually here and recording this. Now what happened is actually twofold, and I need to explain what's behind that. I kind of need to go back a couple of steps. You may have read at some point that I'm quit my corporate job in London, moved to the south of Spain to start my own sewing business in 2004, and I had really no idea, and I just kind of threw myself into this and learned things as I went along, but it also came at the price of, well, what I would call almost a total burnout in 2012 it was, where I was really close to throwing the towel and selling the sewing machines, and if doing something else had somehow been available quickly and easily, I would have done it. So now I didn't have an alternative, so I went back and looked how I can change the situation around, and I did end up turning it around so that I'm actually now enjoying the sewing business that that I've somehow had in mind, and that sparked the idea of I need to share this with other people who may be in the same situation. And that's what sparked me to create the website sewinggenius.co, and I need to create an online course, so I started off and threw it out in the world. But as people you started to sign up for it, I got scared. All of a sudden I had this really strong wave of, who am I to proclaim to be an expert on this topic? What have I got to teach somebody? Or why should anybody listen to me? And I really it stopped me in my tracks, and I'm like, but like that kind of rabbit in front of the headlights sort of reaction, and I pulled out, and I really hesitated, and I thought, no, hang on, I need to go back. This isn't enough. I mean, why would anybody care? All I can give right now is share with people what I've done to turn my business around. But that's no good to you. What does that help you other than a sense of, maybe if she can do it, I can do it too, or some sort of inspiration? But I thought that's not enough. That's not good enough. I want to be able to help you on your journey. And the fact that I've turned my sewing business around is just something that I did in my past that helps, but it can't possibly be the only thing I have to offer to you. So I pulled out, and so I can't go further in that direction until I actually have something to offer. So I pulled out, and I decided to become a coach. And that's what I've been doing in these months that you may or may not have been wondering what on earth happened here. And actually, it's a process that I've gone through. Thinking about it now, it's actually something I've gone through a couple of times in my life on the journey of learning something new. It actually happened to me like really ages ago with sewing. When I first started to graduate from sewing for my dolls and teddy bears to actually sewing things for myself, that I grabbed the pattern, and I still remember the pencil skirt I made, and all of a sudden got more patterns and got all excited. I can make my own clothes now, and found that I have the same fitting problems that I have with clothes I buy in the shop. And it's the same, and I happened exactly the same thing. I was like, hang on, no, this isn't, I can't go any further here until I learn something over here that fills the gap and takes me forward to where I want to go. So I stopped sewing and got into pattern making, because I thought sewing for me is no good if I don't know how to make my own patterns, because otherwise I'll be stuck with the same frustrations I have when I go buy clothes in the shop. So I did that, and I stopped here, took a detour, learned pattern making, and then went back into sewing, and I've been sewing ever since. And now and just when I was thinking about all this, it occurred to me that in software development, when I first learned to program, the same thing happened. I was like, oh, I love this programming stuff. So I threw myself in there, learned, there was Java programming language, was just brand new. And I started to learn things, and we learned about programming, and the examples were all about cats and dogs and lions and abstraction and sort of really simple examples. And I didn't really get how this would now translate to some business problem I needed to solve with some software. And it was the same thing. So like learning the ins and outs of a programming language makes no sense. I can't go any further here until I take a step back and learn software design. And then I stopped here, went to the went to understand software design, and once that all made sense, then everything I'd been taught and I was learning on the programming side all of a sudden clicked into place and made sense. So now that's now something that happened here again. I kind of threw myself in. It's like I really think that everybody who has the courage to give it a go, to live the passion and not just do a job and wait for Friday and a couple of weeks holidays a year, really, despite what everybody else around you says, really deserves all the support they can get. And I am on a mission more than ever now to provide that support. But I threw myself in there, thought, I'm going to create some online courses. And then it's like, that makes no sense. I can't go any further in this direction until I actually have something to offer. And so that's what I've been doing since you signed up for this online course. Now, you have three options now. You can either say, well, I really don't care at all what you're talking about, and I'm so over this, and I've got my sewing business running, or I'm doing something else these days. And in that case, just go in the email you received for that video, just unsubscribe, and then you won't receive any more emails, and that's cool. So we're perfectly fine, and I thank you for watching this video. Option number 2 would be to just do nothing, and then you will receive links to the new videos I'm going to be releasing now that I have a sense of, I know where I'm going and I know what this is. So you can just do nothing and you'll receive emails with links to new videos and new articles that I might publish. And if you're interested in having a conversation, I'd be more than happy to talk to you. So there will be a link below the video. It's just soingenious.co, and you can actually book yourself into my calendar, and we have a conversation about your sewing business and where you want to take it and what may be holding you back. And I'll do anything I can to help you get unstuck and see a new perspective on something that may be bothering you. And if we both feel that working together in one way or another makes sense for you, for your business, then there's always time to talk about that too. But in the meantime, I would love to connect with you and find out what you're up to, what may be difficult for you and in starting up or running your sewing business. So I'm just basically saying I'm back and I'm more determined than ever now, but with a sense of I know that I have something to offer you. If you're interested, please get in touch. And otherwise, I wish you the best of luck and lots of love to you from Spain. Bye.